there you go. Smooth transition with the music right on out.
Yeah, so let's get started. Hey, this is Lora-Joy at Zima and my partner in crime, Sherry Super, and we're with the Knox Real Estate Chics. And this is your Chick Market Minutes. We're real excited to share about all kinds of stuff with you. And we're going to be talking mainly about the 2019 market forecast. There's a lot to talk about.
Right, there is.
Yeah.
A lot of good news.
So I think the biggest question on everyone's mind is, where is this market headed in 2019? What do you think, Sherry?
Well, according to our research and to experts.
Yes, as well as our clients.
Right.
You know.
If this is really going to be, 2019 will be as good, if not better, than 2018.
That's right.
I've heard a lot of questions about whether or not there'll be a housing bubble.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything like that?
I have. A lot of people are kind of a little bit nervous about it.
Because of the 2017, 2018, how great and booming and kind of
excellent.
Right, it really was. So people are getting a little bit nervous. But good news is Robert Shiller, Nobel Prize winning economist, says that there likely will not be a housing bubble.
Yay for that.
He says you can call it a bubble, but it's not the same. It's more placid, and he doesn't expect a sharp turn in the housing market at this point. So,
well, that's great news for us all, for sure. Glad to hear that, for sure. So what about, well, we do know, lost my thought there for a minute. What we do know, like you said before, is that 2018 was great.
Right.
And it's projected that 2019 is going to probably beat or match home sales, which is great. We're hoping for beat it.
Yeah? Right, I think so.
Just beat it, man. So, but I do know that a lot of clients have been, I certainly have heard a lot of my clients and just other realtors talking about this situation. So,
I think the big question for sellers is, will their homes continue to appreciate?
Yes. That is definitely.
And according to 105 economists, market analysts, and real estate experts, the answer to that is, heck yeah, 99% of these experts say that our home prices will continue to increase. So,
yay, another yay, thumbs up,
thumbs
for
up.
sure. The good news keeps on coming.
Yep,
right, Sherry?
Absolutely, Lora-Joy. And the projected home price percentage of appreciation will be roughly around 4%. Now, keep in mind, this is national, and it will vary from region to region. We tend to see a little bit higher appreciation rates in the Knoxville area.
Yes, we do.
We do. So that's a good thing as well.
So let's talk about our buyers.
Okay, so that's what's the second biggest question of the year.
Is the interest rate projections. And
right.
There's been a lot of movement, a lot of talk, and so let's clear all that up for everybody.
Yeah, we are going to see, according to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and Mortgage Brokers Association and National Real Estate Association, or National Association of Realtors,
yeah.
We are going to see an increase.
Okay.
But not drastic increases. I think, at the end of 2018, what were you sitting at? What were your buyers sitting at, roughly? Four and a half.
4.5, yeah.
And
Somewhere
some
around
as
there.
high as 5. So
There was a few I had that had already gone up to 5.
So for the average in the first quarter, we for 2019, it looks like a 4.95% interest rate.
Not bad.
And it gradually goes up to the fourth quarter, just a little over 5, so 5.18%. So two things. Now is the time to buy if you want to take advantage of
the lower interest rates. And historically,
we're
still at an all-time low.
Yeah, and people, you were just telling me about the millennials, the younger generation.
Yeah, they've never seen anything over really much of 4%. So, when they're seeing all these, projection of over 5%, they're like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, right, because that's the norm to them.
Yeah.
And in reality, and this was really interesting to both Lora-Joy and I, is that,
great.
the historic interest rates.
In the 1970s, get this, 8.86%. But if that doesn't wow you, look in the 1980s, 12.7%. Then it went back down to 8.12% in the 90s.
When we were buying our homes.
Yes, that was when we were buying our first homes. And then back in the 2000s, what did it go down to?
So from the early 2000s to till the 2018s, it's an average of 6.29%. So we are still under this
Yeah.
decade's average,
which is awesome.
which is great. So,
So don't be afraid, is what we want to say. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and list, sell, buy. Just do it all, because get in while the getting's good.
Right. And this was, I don't know if this will be confusing or if this will make, I hope it makes sense to buyers, but back in 1985, when the interest rates were outrageous, this is just talking a little bit about your buying power. The lower the interest rate, the more house you can buy. So in 1985, when the interest rates were 11.26%, if you wanted a $1,300 a month mortgage, you could only afford to buy a $133,000 house.
Wow.
In the 2000s, with the average interest rate of 7.38%, and you wanted a $1,300 mortgage, you could buy a $188,000 house.
Going up.
So it's slowly going up. So today, when it's roughly 4.81% with a $1,300 a month mortgage,
Get this.
$247,000.
Wow.
So that is your buying power for the buyers who are concerned about interest rates.
Yeah, that's great.
And
It's still great.
great.
Still great. Don't worry.
So,
Especially if you're working with us.
because there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. So we hope all this information has been great help to you. And
Just to
just as
recap.
a recap, we know that the real estate market is projected to have a great year in 2019, despite what some people are saying. And then we also know that the interest rates are creeping up a little bit, but they're still historically low. What else do we know?
And according to the rate of appreciation, according to the index, we're going to look overall nationwide at a 4.8% appreciation rate for your homes,
Which is great.
which is great.
Mhm.
And the home sales in 2019 are going to outpace 2018. And that's just across the board with, again, with National Association of Realtors, Mortgage Brokers Association, and the analysts and
Yeah.
experts in the industry.
Yeah. So what I'm mostly hearing is great news.
Mhm.
And so that's something positive to go into the new year with. If you've even thought about selling or buying, for sure this is the time, especially to list a home. And we'd love to help you out. And we hope that all this information has helped you. And that is it for Chick Market Minutes.
So have a great first quarter, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
All right. Bye.